I'd like to show you how to use the coiling gizmo. The coiling gizmo is a very simple tool for coiling wire, and it was invented by Leroy Goertze several years ago. Here is the deluxe Econo winder, and here is a simpler one which actually has just 2 crank rods. I'm going to be showing you how to use this with this version, which comes with the deluxe one. You can actually use this clamp to clamp it onto your table. I won't be doing that now. I'm sure most of us know how to use a clamp. Now, all we need is wire to coil. And in this case, I want to use artistic wire, and I'm going to select this particular one and place it in. Make sure that it can go in freely. Now, this is a very important point. How do we secure the wire before we start work? Now, the simple method I use is let the wire face you, and the end should be away from you. Now, this end, we now have to securely wind around the base. Please take note that this wire can still be used later on. It shouldn't be cut and thrown away. We'll always find use for wire of small pieces. Now, here we are. I hold this so that I can control the tension, and all we need to do is just move this simply this way. You can see the wire is coiling. Now, one of the problems that some of my students experience is when maybe you haven't been paying attention and there's a jump. What do? Of course, you could always turn it back once the wire is not damaged in any way. Or if it happens, just push everything together. Push it. And once it's in place, you can then continue to wind the wire. It's as simple as this. Any more gaps, just close it up. Okay, and make sure it's in place, and you can continue until you get to the end of your wire. Now, it's possible to make different things with this, but I'm just going to limit myself right now to the basic form of it. Even with the basic one, you can get several things done. Now, what do I have here? I have one of my all-time favorite necklaces. This was done about maybe 8 or 10 years ago. You can see here I've used 22 gauge gold-filled wire. I've used 4mm gold-filled balls and 3mm gold-filled balls and 4mm jet bicones. These are Swarovski crystals. It's an all-time favorite. I have people asking me about it all the time. You can see that the same thing here. I've used copper wire, and I've put in between Swarovski crystals as well. How did we get this? It's very simple. Look at this and look at this one. I just coiled this earlier on with bead-along 20 gauge German style wire, and all we need to do is to cut it into regular sizes and then string it up like beads. If you have them in this size or whatever size you want, you neaten it and ensure that nothing is sticking out that can hurt. If you have a piece of wire sticking out, you can also use the round nose pliers to actually push it in place and ensure that no part of the wire can touch the skin and hurt the wearer. Otherwise, you need to recut it and then put it back in place. You can see what we've done here is all neatened up already. It's possible to use a coiling gizmo to do double coil beads and even to go on to another layer, but that's not what we'll be doing this particular edition. It's just to show you the simple method of coiling the wire, and then you cut them up into beads and then string them alongside other nice beads, or like in this case I've used Swarovski elements, the bicone crystals, and I have a lovely necklace to wear. Same thing with my old piece, my old all-time favorite. Thank you, Leroy Goertze. This is a wonderful tool.